You guys, going camping?
Howdy, everybody. I'm John.
I'm Justin.
And we're the Gore Goblins.
Fuck yeah.
This is our show where we talk about whatever we want.
Whatever we want.
At this point, it really is. I'd be going off on tangents sometimes. But no, we talk about horror movies and stuff, you know? Like fucking, I don't know, good ones, bad ones.
In between ones.
Yeah. That's what we do on here. That's our intro. that's what we got. That's the best we can do.
It's Monday.
That's the best we can do. That's the
I'm
best.
like,
Sorry.
I'm dying of heat stroke every day
Hey,
now.
listen. Welcome to Texas. I don't know. Sucks. Anyway, today we're talking about a little bitty fucking hillbilly movie from 2010
2010.
called Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Yeah, this movie came out 13 years ago. We're getting old.
Time flies.
I was listening to the radio earlier.
Why?
I don't know, because I don't feel like plugging my phone in sometimes. But they were talking about something about, I don't remember what it was. Maybe I was watching a video. Basically, all they said was they were talking about something that came out in the 90s. And they were like, oh, yeah, this came out almost 30 years ago. And I was like, yep. Yeah, sure did. Sure did almost come out 30 years ago. Son of a bitch. I was like, awesome, dude. This is fun. I'm almost there, baby. And then I was like thinking about how like, yeah, I'm going to be 30. And then I was thinking about how like I was going to be 30 in 2045. But I was wrong because I'm going to be 30 in 2025. I was just off significantly. Listen.
What the fuck are you talking
I
about?
don't know, man. Listen, man. I'm getting old is my point. I don't want to. I'm getting old. I'm getting older. My cat's getting older. My little Georgie Porgy over here, he's getting old. He's an old bugger. But he's my little baby. I love him. Anyway, so yeah. Tucker and Dale versus Evil came out in 2010. It's an ode to the hillbilly horror movie, the backwoods horror movie, the kind of shit like, I don't know.
Wrong turn.
Sure. And Children of the Corn, I guess.
Children of the Corn's hillbillies?
It's backwood. No, I guess not. Texas Chainsaw, sure.
Yeah.
Evil Dead's backwoods, kind of, but not really.
Hills Have Eyes?
Yeah, Hills Have Eyes. They pretty much reference Deliverance. So I mean,
more like The Hills Will Rape You.
Stop.
That's all that happens in those movies.
You're not wrong, but stop. We're not talking about The Hills Have Eyes yet.
Yeah.
All right? Yet. I can't wait to... like Last House on the... Man, Wes Craven really went through a rapey phase, didn't he? 'Cause he did Last House on the Left, which like centers around like a very significant rape scene, if I remember correctly. And then Hills Have Eyes is, yeah, the hills will rape you. And the Hills Have Thighs is a whole nother thing. But that's besides the point. It's because we're talking about Tucker and Dale. So this is a comedy, kind of, sort of. It's a comedy of errors, if you will.
I say comedy's a stretch.
Shut up. Anyway, this is a comedy of errors is what this is. So, much like any other movie like this, none of the teenagers are likable except for like the final girl, who's not really a final girl in this one, kind of, but a little bit. And, you know, none of the other guys are likable, though. Especially the discount Tom Cruise looking motherfucker, whose name I can't remember at this point.
I think the black dude was also in Power Rangers.
Was he?
I think so.
That's cool. Good for him. He had that bit where he was talking about how if you have a recurring dream about sucking dick, does that make you gay? And then somebody was like, yes. And then he just kind of looked like, oh, damn. Like swiper, no swiping. Oh, man. Like, that's what he looked like. And I was like, yeah, I guess. I don't know if that's true. I think it means you're at least, like, curious, if anything. If you keep having a recurring dream about it, I guess. What a cinema. You know, what a cinematic moment. But yeah, it's, none of the teenagers are likable except for the main girl.
Allison,
That's her name. You're right,
Allie.
Allie. There we
As
go.
they keep calling her.
Yeah. And then but it centers on Tucker and Dale, who are two hillbilly bros.
Mostly fucking Dale.
Yeah, but Tucker and Dale are like me and Justin. They're best buds that go camping. Not really, but they're best buds that play Gears of War sometimes. So they they go camping, and that's when all this shit happens.
They didn't go camping. They went to
their
Tucker's
vacation
house.
The Tucker's vacation house that he put every penny he had into, because he's just an honest, hardworking man. I love Tucker. I like Alan Tudyk a lot, so I liked Tucker. But yeah, they're just two good old boys hanging out, and then these fucking college kids ruin everything as they do.
Yep.
As they do in real life.
I've seen TikTok.
They ruin everything. Yeah, can you imagine? Can you imagine?
Education doesn't equal intelligence, people.
You know what's great? You know what's great is we're soon gonna have a horror movie, just like Unfriended. We're gonna have a horror movie that centers around TikTok, and it's gonna be amazing, just like Unfriended, which was amazing, I guess.
No.
Unfriended, wasn't that one? It was like the shittiest group of friends that they all just like betrayed each other. They all like fucked everybody's boyfriend.
Yeah, some dumb shit.
And then
that.
like they drove some girl to suicide because they're just shitty people.
Yeah.
And that girl was a ghost in the cyberspace. What a picture,
It's
huh?
called Scooby Doo.
What a I don't think
The Cyber Chase 2.
I don't think Scooby Doo is a part of that. But who knows?
He should have been. It would have made the movie better.
Yeah. I just remember the trailer for it had that fat dude sticking his hand in a blender. And I was like, that looks uncomfortable. That doesn't look like if it was me, I'm pretty sure I'd take my hand out. Like, you have to, like, because it's going to kick your hand out. Like, that's what the blade's going to do. It's going to fuck you up, but you have to really be trying to keep your hand in there. You know what I mean? Fat people, you know how it is. I get it. I'm a big boy. Just like Dale. What a good segue. Anyway, just like old Dale in this movie.
I mean, I'll say right now, I feel like Tucker. I have his attitude right now.
What? Just like
everything's bullshit. Everything's getting fucked up. I had a plan. Now this dude's got this girl, and I'm just here doing shit by myself.
Yeah. Does that happen at your job? Does somebody just walk in with a girl, and then you're like, damn, I'm doing this now? Or are you talking about...
I work with two women.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And then one dude with lazy eye.
Yeah, every job has that, I think. But
And
anyway.
then another guy named Pablo.
Yeah. Every job
He
has
hates
that,
that place.
think. Yeah, I imagine most people that work at the job you work at hate it. But, just like Tucker hates how Dale is shirking his chores because he's got he's horny or something.
And how Dale's always fucking down on himself.
Dale do be down on himself. Yeah. This movie has an important lesson, kids. Don't be down on yourself. Just like Tucker tells him, life is short. You got to go after what you want.
Except the last beer.
Exactly. Except the last beer, which is a Pabst Blue Ribbon in this case, which every time I see Pabst Blue Ribbon, all I think about is fucking Blue Velvet because movies have ruined my life. So, it's great. But this is a horror comedy that I think still holds up.
Horror is a stretch.
Justin doesn't like it because Justin hates movies. So,
okay, like when it started and it showed the fucking like wannabe Blair Witch scene.
Yeah.
And then Chad pops out and hits them with the pole.
His name was Chad?
Yeah.
God, no wonder he's stupid.
And I was like, okay, so he looks kind of like a Deadite, so I guess
He looks
Evil
like
Dead
Two-Face.
ripoff.
He looks like Two-Face.
And then as the movie went on, I was like, this is really dumb. I thought there would at least be like some some curse thing or whatever that made people die, but no, everyone's just dying on accident.
Oh, you were expecting some kind of supernatural element.
Yeah, like I thought it was gonna be like an Evil Dead thing.
Well, kids, that's why you don't set expectations before watching anything.
I didn't set expectations. I based it off of that first scene.
Yeah, you set expectations based off of that first scene.
And then what happens? They're in the fucking car driving.
Yeah.
I just remember Allison and Chad's names. I don't remember the others.
It doesn't matter.
You got the wannabe mechanic dude. You got the nervous, twitchy dude who's like, no one else can drive my truck because my dad said so.
Josh behavior
Then
right
you got
there.
the dumb, pretty popular blonde with fake ass boobs, and then
Classic.
the other two.
The other two. The other two?
They didn't stand out, so I don't know how to describe them. No, three. Well, the wannabe mechanic dude,
Yeah, that's about right.
and then the black guy and the other girl,
Yeah, that's about right.
and she was in the trunk
Yeah, that's about right.
because they didn't have enough seats.
Yeah, and then she was like, we forgot the beer.
And everyone's like, no, and I was like, okay, I'm turning my brain off now.
I feel like that's what you should do for this movie anyway. So I'm glad that happened to you, because I don't think you should. I don't know. None of the characters are likable. That's the point. I think. I don't think any of them are likable except Allison, because she's the girl. She's the.
I mean, it got a few chuckles out of me.
She's the
but
anchor.
Other than that, it was just like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like it's funny that Dale tried to go hit on Allison while holding the fucking scythe thing.
That's one of my
like,
favorite bits.
yeah, let's just walk over to a woman while you're holding a
Make
weapon.
sure you smile and laugh, because that shows confidence. He just looks like a fucking insane person. Y'all going camping? Like he just does that fucking laugh. That's so good. Oh my god. That part still gets me just because it's so like, I don't know, it's great. I like that part a lot. Y'all going camping? That's so good. But yeah, so, that happens.
Then we see their vacation house.
Which is just a fucking crock of shit. It's not a good house. Tucker,
Fixer upper.
it's a fixer. Tucker spent a lot of money. He spent all his money on it, and he just wants to be best buddies with his bro.
Go fishing.
Yeah, they can go fishing, which Dale hates.
Did I hurt your feelings?
But, they go into this house, and it's obviously rickety, and like there's a beam that'll kill you if you lean on it. And then they find a coupon that doesn't expire for some chili dog place, I think.
Yeah.
So good for them.
Then all these fucking newspaper parts about crimes that have happened,
Amongst
missing people,
a bunch of newspaper articles about like
little skeletons strung up everywhere and shit.
Oh, this guy must have been one of them archaeologists. Yeah, that was.
Yeah, that's what that was.
That was another good part. But yeah, and then and then they're just making themselves at home, and then everything goes to shit because of college kids.
Yeah, they go camping like right across from them, not directly close, but like close enough to where they're in running distance.
And Chad hates hillbillies.
Yeah, because he tells the story of the Memorial Day massacre where his mom was attacked and his dad went missing.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Oh no, I hate hillbillies because of this.
I mean, I will commend the gore in this movie at least. It was decent
Yeah, the gore's good. Yeah.
for what it was.
It's fun.
It's fun. Yes.
You just have a soul crushing job now, Justin. It's gonna suck the fun out of everything. You're gonna be playing one of your favorite games and just be like, this doesn't hit like it used to. And then you're gonna be eating your favorite food. You're gonna be like, wow, I hate this.
It's like when I played Halo the other day. I just got so mad. I just stayed quiet the entire time.
That's Halo, baby. That's Halo.
Like it was the sweatiest day.
Yeah. In more ways than one, probably. Yeah, sweatshops are fun, isn't it? Anyway, yeah, there was an old Mitch Hedberg joke where he's like, I have a solution for sweatshops, air conditioning, and R.I.P. to a real one.
But you can't have air blowing or it'll get on the paint and blah 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 blah.
Yeah, that's their excuse. It's it's fine. It's fine. Hoes gonna be hoes. Can't blame Tammy. You know how it is. But that's besides the point. Because it must have been hot in the woods where all the action was happening.
Because they were just like, let's go skinny dipping.
Randomly, yeah. Just like randomly. And Tucker and Dale are out fishing. And Allison, after getting creeped on by Chad, decides to skinny dip elsewhere for some reason. Not with the group.
No, he didn't go. He was drunk.
No, Allison.
Oh, Allison. Well, she was across from them. She just decided to go on top of a big-ass rock.
Yeah, and then she saw Dale made a noise.
It's plot rock.
And then she fell and hit her head. And then Dale was like, fuck, I'm a helper. So then he helps her. And then Tucker's like yelling at the other friends, we got your friend. Like, but not in a threatening way. And then this is where the comedy of errors begins. Where they just assumed that these hillbillies kidnapped her so they could kill her or torture her or whatever. And that's not the case. But college kids are stupid. That's the other moral of the story.
Well, all of this is Chad's fault, really.
College kids are stupid, and so is
I
Chad.
don't blame anybody else but Chad for this.
Yeah.
Like, he just went on this whole persona of, like, nobody who can say they faced something like this in life. Like, we got to do it. We got to be the ones.
Oh
to
yeah, what
kill
does he
them.
say? He's like, "Do you realize like the moment that we're in, or some shit like
Yeah,
that?
some dumb
Do you
shit
realize
like
how
that.
lucky we are?" And I'm like, "Bro, do you realize how fucking crazy you sound, my guy? You sound like a fucking psychopath. Because he is a psychopath. So anyway, they're having fun. Not really at this point. They're scared.
Yep.
But you know, what's her name? Allison wakes up, and she's initially scared. She's initially scared
Scared.
of Dale, and then eventually that all melts away. But more importantly, Tucker's like, we gotta fix this house up. So he's got a chainsaw. He'll skin your ass raw. And if his day keeps going like this, he just might break. I don't know the words. I don't know the words.
First, Dale walked into the room trying to give her pancakes, and she freaked out, and he was like, "Oh my God,
Oh, you don't like pancakes?
I'll make
Okay.
you something else."
I mean, let's be real. Let's be real. If somebody came in and offered me pancakes, I don't think I'd be upset, but I'd be mildly disappointed because I like waffles. So I'd be a little
Pancakes
upset.
are better than waffles.
Well, you know what, Justin? This is why you're tired. I don't know. You eat too many pancakes. So.
No, I've been eating waffles.
Oh, good. The superior food. You ever been to Waffle House?
No,
Really?
I'm not a cockroach.
You've never been to Waffle House?
No,
What about Denny's?
like when I was little.
Oh, okay. You'll go to Denny's, but not. I see how it is. All
Yeah,
right.
those dinosaur chicken nuggets.
Those things used to hit for real. I used to love those fucking dinosaur chicken nuggets, dude. Now I'm gonna get sad because I'm gonna think about when I was a kid, and life was simple and I didn't have to work every day, and I would get so excited just going to a place with my mom. I'm about to start fucking crying. I'm not joking. And I would go to this place with my mom and be so happy, and then I'd get the little chicken nuggets and I'd eat them, and I didn't have a fucking care in the world, and I gotta work like everybody else. Losing your innocence fucking sucks, dude. Listen, I'm gonna be real with you. Anything that like cutesy stuff makes me sad, and I don't know why. And what I mean by that is like if you go like just like a cute drawing of an animal or something. Like a happy little animal. Okay, I'm gonna talk about this fucking game because I've been playing it. But Last of Us Part 2 takes place in an aquarium. Parts of it takes place in an aquarium. And there's like, you know, since it's an aquarium, it's for kids, whatever. They got like cutesy little drawings of like sea otters and stuff. And then I just get sad because I'm like, because my innocence is gone. And I look at these fucking, and now I'm like a cynical, nihilistic adult that has a little bit of fatalism in him. That's like, oh man, this is like 20 years after Outbreak. These fucking seals that they made this cutesy drawing of, it's dead in real life. Even though this is a video game, like, of course it's not. It was never even real. But like, it's that like, I think it's because like, I'm not innocent anymore. So now I like see a cutesy drawing of like a bear, and I'm like, bears kill people. I'm like, bears like will murder you and just to eat you, and they'll murder other animals. The world is not cute. The world is a fucking painful place where everything dies.
It's like yesterday on Facebook, I was seeing these videos of like leopards sneaking up on house dogs and just like yanking them from the house.
Yeah.
And my first thought was not, oh, poor dog. That's so sad. I was like, that's nature.
Yeah, that's how it is now. Is it's just like that's just how it is. And that's why I get sad when I see like cutesy drawings and shit, because I'm just like, God, the world is not like that. And now I'm sad because I remember a time when I used to think the world was like that. Ah, my God. It pisses me off, man. I don't like anything that's cutesy and aimed at kids just makes me sad, because I'm just like, enjoy it while you can, because it'll happen to you. You'll learn what life is really like, and it'll fucking suck. It's like see, this is why I say we talk about whatever, because I'm going off on a tangent here. There's this Twilight Zone episode called Walking Distance, right? Which is about this guy who's a broker in like New York now, and he's driving through an old part of the state for whatever reason. I think his reasoning is because he's just so tired of the corporate world that he just needed to drive, as he just drove in any direction. And then he sees a sign for his old his hometown. Mm-hmm. And he's like, that's walking distance, right? And because he takes it to he takes his car to a full service gas station, and he's like, hey, you know, fill up my shit, whatever, check the tires, I don't know, give it whatever. And he's like, that's walking distance, right? And the mechanic's like, yeah. And he's like, all right, I'm gonna go for a stroll. So then he walks into this town, and you know, he goes into this old like soda fountain that he used to go to all the time, and he gets a root beer float or something, and like it's like super cheap for the time, and he's like, oh, y'all are gonna go out of business selling it for that cheap. And then like he starts reminiscing about like what it used to be like when he was a kid and shit, and like and you come to the realization that he somehow stumbled backwards in time, and he's basically existing in this town when he was a kid. So like he sees a little Ron Howard, literally little Ron Howard. The director is like, he's like fucking 4 in this scene. He's very young. And he's telling him about how, like, yeah, you know, I used to live in that house over there. And they were like, oh, that's the Sloan house. And he's like, Sloan, y'all still call it that? Because that's his name. And he's like, yeah, he's like the fucking whatever. And then he's like, I'm Martin Sloan. And then the kid's like, no, you're not Marty Sloan. I know Marty Sloan, and you're not him. And that line is ingrained in my head for whatever reason. I don't know why. But then he's like, oh, okay. And then he shows him his ID, and the kid, little Ron Howard, runs off. And then he goes to that house, and he knocks on the door out of curiosity, and his dad opens the door, and he's like taken aback because he's like, Dad? And then basically this whole thing happens where he becomes depressed because he wants to stay in this world now. He wants to stay in a time where he was okay, and he tries like pleading with his mom and dad, and his mom and dad don't recognize him, and like his mom slaps him because she doesn't recognize him. He drops his wallet, and then like it gets to a climax where he finds his younger self, and he's trying to chase his younger self down, who's horrified of this man in a suit, because who the fuck wouldn't be? If I was like 9 or 10 and I was just minding my own business at the park, and some fucking dude in his mid-30s who claimed he was me from the future was like, hey kid, listen, I'd start fucking running. So it culminates in all that. He runs, he like injures his leg on a merry-go-round, whatever, and And like he has this moment where the younger him is being taken to the paramedics, and he's like, all I wanted to do was tell you that, this time is fleeting and you have to enjoy what you have before it's gone. Because, there'll be no more merry-go-rounds, no more cotton candy, no more any of this when you're older. And then like he's just sitting in the park depressed, and his dad comes, and his dad's like, you really are Martin Sloan. He's like, but that doesn't make sense. He's like, because your driver's license says 1960 whatever, and that's 15 years from now. That doesn't make any sense. Like, like who are you really? And he's like, listen, he's like, all I know is that you can't stay here. He's like, this time isn't for you. Let the younger you enjoy his time here. He's like, and then the other thing he says is like, maybe maybe you're not looking in the right place. He's like, maybe there are still merry-go-rounds and cotton candy and all this other stuff from where you're from. He's like, but you're just not looking because you're not looking forward. You keep looking backwards. You keep wanting to go back to how things used to be. and like, listen, this shit makes me cry every fucking time I watch it because like, I get it, dude. It sucks. That's like my favorite Twilight Zone episode by and far because it's so fucking good. And the message is so like, I guess, relatable for me, and I feel like for anybody that's growing up now in this fucking hot-ass, shit-ass fucking world where we're working for pennies and shit. So, it's that episode hits home every single time I watch it, and I watch it a lot. I like that episode a lot. But, that's true. Look at me. I buy a lot of movies. That's my fucking way to still enjoy myself now. Because I'm not nothing's carefree anymore, and that sucks. So always look for the positives. Look for the positives. Unlike these college kids, another good segue. Unlike these college kids that assume the worst in Tucker and Dale versus Evil. That was a nice 5 to 10 minute segue or tangent from yours truly. You're welcome. That's why you listen, I guess. But anyway, yeah, so these kids, Chad's like, fucking, we gotta save Allison because these fucking hillbillies are pieces of shit. And then,
Who knows what they're gonna do to her?
Meanwhile, Allison's like fucking playing board games with Dale, and Tucker's mad because she's playing board games with Dale. And,
they're supposed to be fixing up the home.
yeah, because what happens is Tucker has got a chainsaw, And I'm not gonna try that joke again because I forgot the words to break stuff. But he's got a chainsaw, and he's cutting a log, and he cuts right into a beehive, right? So then he starts getting swarmed by bees, and he runs towards the group of kids, waving his chainsaw around like he's fucking Leatherface, because he's trying to get away from the bees. And meanwhile, one of the kids, I guess the mechanic dude,
Yeah.
he starts running. And because he thinks he's being chased because he's stupid. He's a college kid. So anyway, he's being chased. He's running around. He eventually dies like that dude in Dog Soldiers, where he impales himself on a very long tree branch.
Yep.
And that's how he goes out. And but before he dies, he sees a bee, and in a moment of recognition, he dies. he just passes away, just like that. So. Then, yeah, Tucker's like, man, motherfucker, I'm out here fucking...
Getting stung.
And shit, and he takes that can of beer and just pours it on his face. I always like that for some reason, too. I don't know why that makes me laugh. But he just pours the fucking beer on his face. And he's like all fucking stung and shit. And, then Dale goes and helps him out. And then... They're digging at some point later on. They're digging a shithole, right?
Yep.
While this is happening, I believe Tucker is throwing some wood in a wood chipper.
Yep.
So Dale's digging the shithole, and Allison's like, "Hey, I grew up on a ranch. I'll help you. I've done this before." And and she's all like decked out in fucking a country girl outfit and shit. She's looking good. I'm gonna be real. So she's doing her thing, And then fucking Chad's like, "Oh my god, they're making her dig her own grave."
Dumbass.
It's so fucking stupid. She doesn't look like she's in peril at all, and this fucking dude's just like, she's digging her own fucking grave. But yeah. So then one of the other guys, one of the no names, decides to run up and try to
Spear them.
And Dale accidentally hits Allison in the head, and they both fall into the shithole. It doesn't have any shit in it, I should stress. Doesn't have any shit in it, it's just a hole. And then old boy falls into it and spears himself and dies a horrible death. As all college kids I'm just kidding. He dies a horrible death. And then meanwhile, fucking other guy. The other guy tries to run at Tucker, and he like tries to literally jump him, and he just jumps right into the fucking wood chipper. That's my favorite part of the fucking movie because it's so stupid. Why would you even like try to jump on him? Like, what did you think was gonna happen? Oh my god. Oh, I fucking love that. And then he gets ground up, as you do. Blood gets all over the big titty blonde girl. And then, you know, Chad's like, oh, fucking, you know. And, you know.
And he's like trying to pull him out, and they all think he's pushing him in.
Yeah.
Fucking dumb.
And then, so, you know, Dale helps Allison again. And then Dale's helping Tucker pull the body out of the wood chipper. They eventually get the body out, and they're dragging these fucking legs down the way when the cops show up, because I think, did somebody call the cops?
The one kid who was like, nobody can drive my truck but me, went and ran off and got the cops.
That's right. So the cops show up, and it's a cop that Tucker and Dale encountered earlier when they were drinking and driving. And, you know, he sees them carrying the legs, and then, you know, they try to explain their case. It's a big misunderstanding, whatever. And then the sheriff or whatever leans on the support beam, and it goes out, and a bunch of nails get driven into his head, and he stumbles out.
It's okay. He's walking it off.
He's walking it off. And then he stumbles his way over, tries to call for backup, and dies. And then another no-name. It's the kid that's like, oh, nobody could drive my dad's car except me.
His dumbass.
He pulls out a gun, and then Dale tries to tell him to take the safety off. Which, do revolvers have safeties?
I'm sure all guns have safeties.
No, not all of them. Glocks don't have safeties, which I remember is a pretty big error if you're a fucking nerd in the first episode of The Walking Dead, when all those cops are pointing a gun at somebody, and I think Shane or Rick is like, oh, you don't even have the safety off, but it's a Glock. Glocks don't have safeties. That's the thing. And my gun nerd ass uncle pointed that out, and I was like, who even like why does it matter? Does it matter, bro? I don't think it does, but anyway. And look at me fucking asking if revolvers have safeties. It runs in the family, I guess. But I'm just curious because I don't know. I guess no. Yeah, revolvers do have safeties, because I can think of how that would work. Okay. But yeah, so he shoots himself in the face because he's stupid.
Because he has his finger on the trigger while doing that.
Bad trigger discipline. This is your warning.
Just like that dumbass in Halloween Kills.
Always practice good trigger discipline. Who?
The black lady dressed as a nurse. When he kicks the door.
Oh, that wasn't Kills, wasn't it? Damn, I forgot all about that. I'm gonna be honest. I completely forgot about that shit. Oh my god. I feel like, I don't know, man. I'm afraid for whenever I watch the Halloween movies again, because I feel like Kills is not gonna rank that high now. I feel like it's just not. And so I'm afraid to revisit it. One of these days I will, but you know. So yeah, you know, he dies, and everybody runs off.
I don't know how they assumed that was Tucker and Dale's fault. Also, like clearly he had the gun.
Well, you know what?
How are they gonna shoot him?
That's a good point, actually. All I know is these kids are fucking stupid. So eventually they kidnap Tucker. I don't remember how, but they kidnap Tucker, and Chad cuts his bowling fingers off and throws them on the porch for Dale to find. And Allison's like, this is all just a big misunderstanding. And Dale's like, hey, you fucking think? Like, yeah. So then he goes and finds Tucker. Dale goes and finds Tucker. And Tucker's like, it's a trap. And Dale's like, what? Because Dale has the worst hearing of anybody in the world, apparently. Because Tucker very clearly says, it's a trap. And Dale's like, what? And Tucker's like, it's a trap. And Dale's like, huh? And Tucker's like, it's a trap. and then Dale almost gets his dick fucking torn off by a wooden spear. And he says a good line where he says, for once in my life, I never thought I'd say this, but for once in my life, I'm glad I'm not hung like a bear. Which is a great line, first of all. Second of all, are bears hung? I don't know if bears are hung.
Bear experts.
Bear experts or
comments.
Furries, either one can answer this question. So, are bears hung? Leave your answer in the comments, and we'll shout you out next episode. So anyway. Anyway, he cuts Tucker down, and Tucker almost fucking breaks his neck, which reminds me of the Batman games in Arkham Asylum and Arkham Knight, when you'd have a dude strung up, and then you'd throw a battering at him, and they would just they're dead. There's no way they're alive. That man is dead or severely disabled now, and Batman's just like, it happens. Whatever. So anyway, you know, they decide to, Dale takes Tucker back, and then like, before that though, Chad and the black dude, and Chad and the big titty girl, right?
Mm-hmm.
Decide to go in, and Allison's like, nobody's here, and then they're like, oh, okay.
Why are you whispering?
So, then he's like, I'm going to save you. And Allison's like, no, it's fine. And then Tucker and Dale walk in after, like, Allison gets accused of some Stockholm Syndrome by the black girl, I think, or the mixed girl, whatever she is. One of the no-names, I don't know. But she's like, yeah, this is Stockholm Syndrome. She's in love with him. And Allison's like, no? What the no. Like, it's fine. Nothing's going on. So then Tucker and Dale show up, and then Allison decides to play psychologist for a little bit.
That's her major.
It is her major. Poor girl. Anyway, so she decides to play psychologist. And, Chad gives his backstory about how, like...
Oh, it was his family that died in the memorial, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. And he's like, I'll never forgive the fucking
My
hillbillies.
dad's body was never found.
Just like Joseph Joestar saying, I'll never forgive the Japanese. It's... same energy. So then, and then Dale says something and he feels better about himself.
I thought it was dumb because they never even actually told their side of the story.
Yeah, they didn't, because Dale just said whatever and he's like, I feel good. And then I think he says something about how hard it was doing something. I don't remember what it was. It doesn't matter. Because Allison's like, oh, this is a success, whatever. And then, I forgot what makes everything go to shit, but something makes everything go to shit.
The other two rush in, and he grabs like a fucking weed whacker and hits that one girl in the face.
Yeah, Chad does, right?
No, the black dude has it. Oh. It's like, why didn't she duck?
Oh, yeah. Why didn't she duck? I mean, that's a fair point. But, like, it's kind of like in Friday the 13th when Marcy or whatever the fuck her name is just gets an axe to the face. Like, Pamela had a solid 3 seconds of wind up, and you just decided to stand there and scream instead of trying to fight back or run. What the fuck is wrong with you? Ah! Yeah, bitch. Run. What the fuck? What are you doing? This is a middle-aged woman. What can she do to you that you can't do to her tenfold? Oh my God. Jesus, I like that movie, but fuck me, that part just makes me laugh. I don't know why. Anyway, so yeah, it's the same idea. She gets weed whackered in the face. She turns into Two-Face for a little bit.
And then Chad's trying to burn down the house, so he throws gas everywhere and then lights it, and he sets the black dude on fire.
Yeah, and then
Like,
and
what
then
the fuck, Chad?
and then what's her name throws vinegar on it or whatever.
I think it was supposed to be like moonshine or something.
Yeah, throws moonshine on it.
And they're like, no, not that.
And then because college kids are stupid. And then and then after that,
The house blows up.
they all get out of the house. Big titty girl lights a cigarette. Two-Face grabs Chad, and then the house blows up. And then Chad is Two-Face for a little bit.
Yep.
And then they try to escape. Does not go very well. They end up crashing. Chad kidnaps Allison, and then Tucker gives Dale a pep talk, and Dale sets off to find Chad and Allison, and he does this by asking their dog.
Jangers.
What's his name? Jangers, yeah. Asking their dog to find it. Somehow the dog knew exactly where they were.
He could smell Allison.
I guess. But that's crazy. Anyway, so they find the place, and Dale goes in. He does a little Evil Dead 2 montage where he gets primed up and ready, and then he rescues Allison, and him and Chad fight. Chad's Two-Face. Chad licks Allison because he's weird, and then they get upstairs. They're looking for something to fight back. Dale finds chamomile tea, which is established earlier that Chad is allergic to because he has asthma.
Like a bitch.
Yeah. So then...
How dare you be born with that?
So then, I believe they find a newspaper clipping of the hillbilly that committed the murders, and the hillbilly looks just like Chad. And they're like, oh, fuck...
Chad, it was your dad. You're a hillbilly, too.
Chad, that's a staple of hillbilly movies is rape. So, God bless them for sneaking that in because Chad's a little rape baby. So then they tell that to Chad, and Chad's like, no, it can't be. Oh! And then, he starts losing his mind, throws chamomile tea on him. He starts dying. He falls out of the house like Michael Myers.
Yep.
And you even get the same kind of shot composition. Flash forward to a little bit. Dale visits Tucker in the hospital. Tucker's like, they found my fingers. He's like, I don't remember my nail looking like this on the one, and it's because he think he got one of the girl's fingers, which is pretty funny. And then he's like, hey, did you ask her out? And Dale's like, no, but we are gonna go bowling.
Oh yeah.
So then they're bowling, and fucking there's a dude named BJ. What a name for a man. There's a dude named BJ, and Dale's giving him the same advice that Tucker gave him because Dale thinks he's got a big dick now because he bagged one baddie. So he thinks he can give advice to other hapless hillbillies.
That's what happens.
So he gives advice to BJ, and BJ's like, I'm going to go talk to her. And then BJ runs off, and then, Dale gives Allison a helmet, which is funny because she kept hitting her head on shit, and all it does is remind me of that Always Sunny episode where Dennis and Dee were trying to go on welfare, and then they become addicted to crack. And like one of the things, I think that's the same episode. I might be getting my episodes mixed up, but I think it's the welfare episode where they try to get on there by convincing I guess the welfare people that Dee is mentally retarded. So she walks in wearing a bicycle helmet and does not do a good job selling it. Oh. And that's what that reminds me of for some reason. I don't know why.
Did you mean to say differently abled?
Listen, Justin, I don't want to hear that. All right? I don't want to hear that from you, mister. Okay? I don't want to hear it. Anyway, so yeah, they
And then BJ just slaps the shit out of that woman and starts dragging her out
I
of the
guess
place.
he slaps her. Again, if there's one thing about hillbilly movies, it's rape. So he drags her off, and then Allison's like, should we help him? And then Dale's like, I know this game, no. And then they just start making out, and then the movie ends.
It's like when that hobo took that kid in Invader Zim.
Yeah. I don't remember the build up to it. What was the build up to that? It's
Dib was just talking to him. It's like,
and the whole ordeal turned me into a hobo.
Because he also cursed his sister with the pig senses or whatever it was called.
And then he said, but I remember when he's done talking to Dib, he's like, and the whole ordeal turned me into a hobo. And then he goes to that table of random people, and he's just like, bro, yeah, he just fucking burps in their face. And then he's about to leave, and he just grabs that kid and fucking runs off. That's still one of the best moments from that show. It's just like, that's one of the many quotable things. Just like Bloody saying, "You want pizza? I have pizza." And the Bloody's pizza hug.
And that kid that sinks through him and then comes out the other side.
And then, I want my slaw. You have your slaw, sir. I want my slaw. You have your slaw, sir. That's such a, like, there's so many quotable moments from that fucking show. I love it.
I used to think sharks were my friends, but now I know better.
Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, that's Invader Zim. So this Tucker and Dale versus Evil, I enjoy it. I think it's all right.
It was fine.
Would
I watch it again? Probably not.
Well, you don't watch movies, Justin. Anyway.
I do watch movies.
Anyway, so the two camera people at the beginning are the director Eli Craig and his wife, and they die. So that's cool.
Yep.
But yeah, so I think the movie still holds up pretty okay. It doesn't hold up. Sorry, my cat sneezed. It doesn't hold up perfectly, but I think it holds up okay. The comedy of errors aspect is probably the best part of it for me, because I think it's goofy and funny. Some of the jokes are kind of but like, I think it's the situation that kind of like that I like. You know, I think it's fun is the right word. It's fun for me, at least.
Damn, George is sneezing up a storm.
Yeah, he's a little baby boy. It's funny because when I'm gonna take him to the vet, he stops sneezing, and then he starts sneezing immediately after, like the window for me to take him to the vet passes. Fucking smart ass little shit. Anyway, so yeah, I think it holds up pretty alright. But now we get to the best part. Oh, Justin, what do you think?
I thought it was all right.
Just all right, huh?
I mean, I'm kind of like over movies like that because like I tried to watch Scary Movie like a few weeks ago and I was like, this is dumb.
Well, yeah, that's a scary movie though.
But I remember it was so fucking hilarious when I first saw it.
But the funny, well, that's because you grew up. So the funny thing about Scary Movie is that Scream already works well enough on its own as a satire of that genre, where Scary Movie kind of just feels redundant. Like, I guess it's funnier because it takes it to extremes, I guess, but like...
Well, it was Scream and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
That's right. Which, I Know What You Did Last Summer only exists because Scream did so well. Like, that's the thing. When we talk about Scream, oh boy, I'm going to go into heaps of...
But the sequels for...
Heaps of fucking...
I Know What You Did Last Summer are fucking garbage.
Yeah, brother, you're telling me? Ooh-wee. Well, don't worry. But whenever we cover Scream later this year, I think I want to do Scream after Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. Because I feel like that's a good follow-up. But, that's we'll cross that, especially since, Friday the 13th is Wes Craven and, Scream, the first four at least are Wes Craven. But, Plus, I like Scream a lot, so I want to cover that sooner rather than later. And then I don't know. After that, we'll do another poll, maybe.
Poll.
This time it'll be between Child's Play and Hatchet. I don't know.
Splatch it.
Splatch it.
Child's Play, Hatchet, Hostel.
You don't like? Oh God.
Hostel's not as bad as you make it out to be.
Okay, listen, buddy. When I watched Solo and I put it in on Letterboxd, it was like similar movies that you may like, and Hostel was one of them. And I was like, God damn it! I bet Eli Roth watched Solo and he was like, oh, I'm gonna jack off, and then he did, and then he made Hostel. That's what he did. That's what he did. So that's good for him. So anyway,
At least I'm not pushing for a Wrong Turn yet.
yeah, that one.
Mostly because I don't want to watch the new one.
Too bad. We're watching it, brother. You don't even like Victor Crowley either, though. So
Well, when you compare it to the other three movies, that one was just bad.
but is it good on its own right?
In its own right, yeah. If you look at it as a comedy movie.
Doesn't that one have a cliffhanger ending?
No.
Oh, okay.
All that happens is that that dude who was like aspiring to be an actor or whatever, I don't remember his whole fucking deal. He just jumps at Victor and pushes him into the jet turbine and fucking grinds himself up with him. Kind of like the dumbass with the wood chipper. And
Well,
that's
good
it.
for him.
Oh wait, no, I'm wrong. It does end
Oh,
on a
fuck.
It does end on a cliffhanger because fucking Mary Beth pops up at the end of the credits watching the TV about the report and is like, I've been waiting. And it's like, fuck yeah. She's gonna kill him again.
Mary Beth is Danielle Harris, right?
Yes.
She's not in the fourth one? Outside of that cameo?
Outside of that cameo, no.
What the fuck? Anyway, so
Because she got fucked up in the third one. She's recovering.
what is this? Rob Zombie's Halloween? Get out of here. Anyway.
No.
So
Hatchet's good.
shut up. I knew you were gonna say that, you motherfucker. Anyway. But if we ever cover Frozen, which is another Adam Green movie, we also have to cover Disney's Frozen.
No, we don't.
Yes, that is the rule. That is the rule. That is the rule.
I'm gonna need you to just let it go.
That is the double C, and that's why we're doing it, so you can fucking make those stupid ass puns, bitch. Anyway, so that's gonna be the rule. It's a double feature of Disney's Frozen, which I do have on Blu-ray because my mom likes that movie, and then Adam
Yeah, that's
Green's
why.
Frozen. It is a double feature, and it will be a double bill, and we're gonna talk about both of them.
By that logic, if you watch Terminator, you have to watch The Iron Giant.
That only works for Terminator 2.
Okay. It still works.
Are we even doing Terminator?
I don't know. Does Terminator count as horror?
The first one.
Does
After
it?
that, I don't think so.
That's like me trying to think of if Alien counts as horror.
Alien
Or Predator.
Everything except Aliens counts, I would think. AVP Requiem counts. AVP kinda, not really. Requiem counts just because it's so fucking dark, and also because that's more horror. Alien is just a straight slasher, so that counts. Alien 3 is a straight slasher, so that counts. Preferably
Except
the
it
assembly
sucked.
cut, by the way. Preferably the assembly cut, because that
still
one
don't like
doesn't
Alien
suck.
3.
That's because you're pooping, you
I
know?
would watch Resurrection over Alien 3.
I do like Resurrection because it's goofy and it's got Brad Dourif, and Brad Dourif's kind of a cutie. I don't know. Anyway, so young Brad Dourif, I should stress. But anyway, so you know, that's how it be, brother. That's a Predator. The first one's like a deconstruction of like macho action movies while also being a slasher movie.
Yeah.
Because the whole point of that movie is that all these big men with guns can't kill one fucking thing that is more cunning than they are. Prey kind of works because it's the same idea.
Yeah.
Predator 2 and Predators, I don't know. I feel like Predator 2 is a little more action focused. Predators
Yeah.
might maybe.
Predator's a solid action.
Yeah, you're right.
And then The Predator is
Let's just keep walking. Just
a
keep
huge
walking.
disappointment, but
Keep on walking.
I
Just-
still have like tiny like for that movie. Just because it's Predators.
I mean, I feel like we could do both and get away with it. That's another one where we're probably going to do both at the same time.
Yeah.
Because those franchises are kind of intertwined. The assembly cut for Alien 3 is good. You shut up, okay?
No, I just don't like Alien 3 as a whole.
But the assembly cut's good.
Yeah, the assembly cut's fine. That's the one I watched.
And you didn't like it?
It was just boring to me.
I'm gonna kill this man.
Alien 3 was boring.
I'm gonna kill
and
this
they looked
man.
bad.
Yeah, you know why? Because 20th Century Fox fucking sucks. That's why. They were like, hey, Dave, listen, honey. We know you're going to go on to make some of the best films of all time, but let us tell you how to make this one movie. And then David Fincher's like, you can go fuck yourself. I don't want to be a part of this anymore. He is the only director, when they released the anthology, that was not involved in the release. He was the only one. Ridley Scott was involved when he made his director's cut. James Cameron obviously involved when he made his director's cut. And then Jean-Pierre, whatever the fuck, who made Resurrection, was involved when he made his director's cut. For Alien 3, they were like, hey, Dave, you want to do this? And Dave was like, no. And then, you know, so the studio, I think the old producers or something, got together the original vision, or as close as you could get to the original vision, and put that out. And it's pretty good, I think. I think the assembly cut is unironically a good movie. I think I like it more than Aliens, but it's been a long time since I've seen those movies, so I can't tell you for sure. I still think Alien is my favorite. I like Aliens, but, like, I don't know. I think the older I get, the more I just kind of, like, don't really vibe with James Cameron that much as a director. Because, like, I still love Terminator 2, obviously, but that's because I have, like, childhood memories attached to it. And Terminator still holds up, I think. But, like, Aliens, I don't remember being that excited about it when I watched it a couple years ago. And then I don't give a fuck about Avatar, so, you know. I'm never going to watch Titanic either, so I don't know. I just feel like the older I get, the more, like, jaded I become about James Cameron specifically, and I don't know why.
Covenant's better than 3.
Don't talk to me.
I know that would make you mad.
You know what? I forgot about that movie. You know why? Because it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
That's why I forgot about it.
The Covenant was a weak attempt to recapture what Alien did.
Ridley Scott saw the critical reception to Prometheus, became a giant pussy, and fucking decided to make a crowd pleaser that fucking blew shit. That's what he did. Oh my god. Prometheus was cool because it didn't answer any questions. Prometheus was cool because it was mysterious and ambiguous, and that's awesome. And then everybody was like, I don't get it. You're not supposed to. You're not supposed to get it. That's the point. Ugh. And then Ridley Scott saw that and he was like, I better rethink this. And then he made Covenant and it fucking sucked because it's exactly what all you fucking people wanted. It's exactly what you wanted. And that's why it sucked. Because it only works the one time. You can only capture magic in a bottle the one time. That's why he made Prometheus the way he made it. Because he knew trying to replicate Alien was a bad idea. Oh my god. Okay, and even more, Neil Blomkamp was supposed to make an Alien movie, which, let's be honest, I'm kind of happy didn't happen because the only movie of his that really has any staying power is District 9. Neil Blomkamp was supposed to make an Alien movie, and Ridley Scott saved us from that, but somehow made something just as shitty with Alien Covenant. And now we got Fede Alvarez, who just finished shooting his Alien movie that I hope is good. I hope it's good. I doubt it, but I hope it'll be good. He did good with Evil Dead, but then he also co-wrote Texas Chainsaw 22. So
22?
The one that came out in 2022.
Oh.
So, you know what? Maybe he's not a good guy anymore. I feel like he had 2 good movies in him, and that was Evil Dead and Don't Breathe. And then that was it. You know what? You know why? It's because Jane Levy hasn't been in any of his movies since. That's why. That's why he doesn't have that juice anymore. Because he doesn't have Jane Levy there. Jane Levy is so good at what she does that because she's missing, Fede Alvarez's career just went. That's what happened. That's what fucking happened. I'm standing by that. I love Jane Levy. She's so good in Evil Dead. She's like one of the best final girls, and she's only in one fucking movie.
Yep.
That's how good she is. God damn it. Oh my god. Anyway. That was a little tangent where we discussed the validity of Alien and Predator.
Tell us your thoughts.
Yeah.
Alien Predator, horror movie or not?
I feel like it's a mix. It's a healthy mix.
It's a mix.
It's a healthy little mix. So, you know. But anyway, box office.
Box office.
So Tucker and Dale versus Evil premiered on January 22nd, 2010 at Sundance Film Festival and was part of South by Southwest Film Festival in March of the same year. The film was distributed by Magnolia and received a limited theatrical release in the U.S. on September 30th, 2011. On its opening weekend, the film grossed $52,000 from 30 theaters. It grossed $223,000 total in the U.S., and then outside of the U.S., it grossed between $5 and $5.3 million. I don't know if that made money on the budget. I hope it did, because I like it when indie horror movies, no matter how good or bad they are, I like it when they make money. Okay, this movie it was a $5 million budget and made $5.5 million total. So that's fine.
That movie cost $5 million.
Yeah, you couldn't tell by the CGI gore in some of the scenes. Come on. The CGI blood when that girl gets stabbed in the neck with the machete. That terrible CGI effect. God, I hate it when they fucking do CGI squibs. Anyway. Critical response.
Critical.
Our good friends that we totally know personally at Rotten Tomatoes gave the film an 85%.
Your TV stand is backwards.
No, it's not. That's how it's supposed to be.
I don't believe you.
It says LG OLED on the front where it's supposed to say LG OLED. What are you talking about?
I said TV stand.
What TV stand? What are you talking about? Oh, the entertainment center. I don't know, probably. I don't know. It's fine where it is, though. I don't really...
The flat part is supposed to face backwards.
I don't care. I don't care.
Aesthetics.
I'm going to be honest. I don't care. I'm glad you care, Justin, but I don't. I don't. Anyway, so... I bought this 10 years ago. The fact that it hasn't collapsed in on itself in those 10 years is a miracle in its own right. I don't care. Anyway, so yeah, 85% on Rotten Tomatoes of 115 surveyed critics. The average rating was 6.9 out of 10. And the critical consensus states, like the best horror comedies, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil mines its central crazy joke for some incredible scares, laughs, and, believe it or not, heart. Because there's nothing more heartwarming than a hillbilly named BJ dragging an unconscious woman away, right?
Yep.
Anyway, so...
It scares my ass.
Yeah, it wasn't really scary, but, people are stupid. Anyway, so... Todd Gilchrist of Shock Till You Drop wrote, Eli Craig's feature debut celebrates genre conventions while turning the traditional view of horror movie heroes and villains upside down. Roger Ebert, fucking scumbag as he is, also gave the film a positive review, writing, students of the Little Movie Glossary may find it funny how carefully Tucker and Dale works its way through upended cliches. What does that even mean, dude?
I was about to say, what the fuck does that mean?
Noel Murray of the AV Club rated it C+ and called it surprisingly clever, but too slick and too cute?
What?
What the
I guess the whole
the fuck?
The whole Allison and Dale thing.
I guess, but
It takes you out of the horror mood.
whatever. Dennis Harvey of Variety wrote that the film offers good-natured, confidently executed slapstick whose frequent hilarity suffers only from peaking too early. That's the problem when you come too fast. Anyway, you really got to make up for it in that second half. If that happens.
No, I'm tired.
In an interview. Anyway, apparently there was a proposed sequel. I didn't know about this. So, in an interview with Choice Cuts, director Eli Craig expressed thoughts on a sequel titled Tucker and Dale Go to Yale, and described it as Good Will Hunting meets Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I hope this man has not made a single film since this. In that same interview, Craig also liked Alan Tudyk's idea of doing a sequel that was similar to From Dusk Till Dawn. Now that would be kind of fun. See, Alan Tudyk is a cool guy. I like Alan Tudyk. At Horror Hound Weekend 2014, cast members Taylor Labine and Alan Tudyk confirmed that a sequel is in development. In 2016, the two revealed that they are still actively developing the project despite other commitments. When asked of the status of the sequel at Boston Comic Con 2017, Alan Tudyk responded that a script had been written, but was disappointing and unlikely to be moving forward. What else has Eli Craig made? I'm curious now. Let's find out, shall we? Together, family, friends, and freaks.
Whatever you
Eli
are.
Craig. I'm Eli Craig.
Eli.
He directed. What did he do in? He directed Zombieland?
Zombie.
Oh, the
Man.
series. Okay, well that explains that.
The series.
Yeah, there was a TV show for Zombieland for like 5 episodes.
The fuck?
He has not done a lot. I think the last thing he did was Little Evil in 2017, which I guess is a straight to Netflix movie. Samantha is his dream. Lucas is his nightmare.
What?
That's the tagline for Little Evil,
Oh,
starring Adam Scott and Evangeline Lilly.
Adam Scott.
What a picture, huh?
He was in Krampus.
You're right. He was, wasn't he? This guy gives this movie 5 stars, saying worth seeing once. He's talking about Little Evil. He's talking about Little Evil.
Little Evil.
Anyway, yeah, that's Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
It wasn't very evil.
Yeah, there isn't really a lot of evil in it. Like, that title is kind of confusing because it's really, unless the college kid, I mean, I guess. I don't know, man. I don't know. Hey, George, who's your baby boy? But I don't know. It's fine.
Fine.
I like it. I think it holds up okay from the first time I watched it, because this was like when I watched this one. Oh, this was a while ago that I watched this one. It was like, this was one of the first movies I watched when I was like just getting into, like, when I was dipping my toes into horror. You know what I mean? Like, this was like one of those movies that I watched because it was on Netflix at the time, and I watched it there, and I thought that was fun. And this was like the goriest movie I had seen up to that point. Yeah.
What the fuck?
And then I was like, I feel like that's a good jumping pad for stuff like Evil Dead. And then I watched Evil Dead, and I was like, wow, this is way better. So, you know. But yeah, it's fun. It's a good time. Alan Tudyk's the best part of the movie because he's a precious man that deserves everything.
Wasn't he in Transformers also?
He's in a lot of shit, dude. He's the voice. He's even the voice of the fucking rooster in Moana. Like, he's in everything. And all he does in Moana is go paka. That's all he does. He did that, and he got a fucking Disney paycheck for that. The man's a legend, all right?
Fuck it.
I love Alan Tudyk. He's been in Star Wars. He's been in Transformers probably. He's been in a lot of shit. He's like that fucking body that dude that does the dude that does the body acting for that fish dude in Hellboy, and he was the Bye Bye Man. I think Dane Jones, whatever the fuck his name is, Daniel
Those
Jones.
2 different people.
That's the same dude. He did both.
No, I mean 2 different actors played the fish guy.
Yeah, one did the voice, the other did the body acting. That's what I'm saying.
Oh.
Yeah, the body actor for him.
Oh, I'm dumb.
And he's in a bunch of shit is my point. He's in a bunch of shit, and so is Alan Tudyk. So they're both in a bunch of shit that you wouldn't even expect them to be in. But they are. Good for them. Alan Tudyk's my favorite part. I like it. I like the situation. I think it's fun. I bought this one for $2 at Half Price Books on Blu-ray.
Nice. I watched it for free
Nice.
on Hulu.
Nice.
I guess technically not for free because you pay for Hulu, but
Nice. But yeah, it's a fun little time if you're looking for, just a goofy little horror movie to watch with your pals. Definitely a better time than Solo, which is going to be on my brain for a while now. I'm
Fool.
watching it again. That's the
Where
worst
you-
thing is I'm going to watch it again at some point.
you might as well watch Serbian film while you're at it.
See, we were talking about that because it was me, Kale, and my buddy Corbin that watched it. Because me and Corbin had been meaning to watch it for a while because we like fucked up movies. Like, I don't know. It makes me feel things. Like, I don't know. So even if a movie makes me feel like dog shit, I'm still feeling something. It's like something that like reminds me that I'm alive. It's weird. I don't know. But that's how I justify it in my head. So I like watching fucked up stuff. I don't know why. Fucked up art, I should stress. I'm not like Justin here. I'm not going to go on fucking rotten.com and watch a soldier get beheaded or watch a man get filleted while Funky Town plays in the background, all right? I'm not going to do that.
You're the one who told me about
Yeah,
that.
because I heard about it. I knew your bitch ass would look it up. Anyway, I don't like that. I don't like seeing it happen to real people or animals. Definitely not animals. Definitely not animals. Now listen, I don't condone murder, but if somebody hurt one of my cats, I'd probably kill him. But that's besides the point. Justin would do the exact same thing, if not worse. Actually, Justin would do much worse.
You're gonna feel everything this cat felt.
Yeah, who's your little Georgie Porgy, your little baby. But anyway, yeah. So, I like stuff that's fucked up. So when we were all talking about it, and Kale asked me, Corbin, what's the ceiling? Like, what's the limit? And I said probably a Serbian film. Which is fucked up because both of those movies are on our one-off list. Isn't that great? Oh boy, those are gonna be some conversations for sure.
Might as well throw August Underground in there too while you're at it.
No, I don't want to. I'm afraid.
That one's like, you start with that one, then Solo, then Serbian film.
Yeah. A Serbian. See, what the thing about a Serbian film is that it's like so fucked up. Like it's like on another level of fucked up. To where like Solo kind of has a point, which is that there is no point to fascism, and that's the point. Is that hey, look at this stuff, and if you can stomach it, look at it. And look at how fucking worthless it is, I guess. So like I can see the point. And obviously there's been a bunch of fucking scholars that have watched it and been like, "Oh, okay, it means this and that, whatever." A lot of metaphorical shit going on. And as far as I know, Serbian film is the same way, but like worse in almost every way. And I feel like
You see that one, you're just not looking for a point. You're just like, my God, this poor guy.
yeah, I feel like there's no artistic merit to it. I feel like it's just shock. Whereas Pasolini with Salo was trying to make a point. Whether or not you agree with what he did to make that point is a whole nother thing. But he was at least trying to do something with the depravity. I feel like a Serbian film was just depraved, and then as an afterthought, the director was like, "No, this is a metaphor for how people are treated in Serbia." And I'm like, "Sure, pal. Sure, dude. This is awful though." Like this is like on another level. I don't know. Maybe when I watch it at some point I'll fucking be like
just have a fucked up movie marathon.
"Oh,
like
I get it."
Cannibal Holocaust, Human Centipede, all of them.
You know Mike likes a Serbian film.
Just throw them all in there.
Actually, no, I don't know if Mike likes it, but he's definitely watched it.
Yeah.
It's a movie. It's a film. I mean, I like fucked up movies. I don't know. Maybe I'll watch it and be like, "Oh, okay, this is kind of fun." I doubt it, but maybe. Maybe that'll happen is what I'm saying. Maybe, I don't know. I just like stuff like that for some reason. As long as it's not real people getting hurt, I'm all right.
Yep.
I'm all right. I'm not like Justin here, who's like, "Damn, I wonder what it looks like when somebody hits a moving car at 1,000,000 miles an hour. I wonder what it's like when a man fucking face plants and turns into a meat crayon on the floor. I wonder what that looks like. I wonder what does their face look like. I wonder what it looks like when a man's trying to jump off of a balcony into the water and he trips and hits his head on the fucking concrete, and then he looks like something out of John Carpenter's The Thing. I wonder what that's like."
I've never seen that video.
Yeah, you have. I told you about it, and you were like, "Oh, I've seen it."
No, because I remember people in school talking about that one, and I could never find it.
Yeah, that one's rough. That's one of the only ones that I have seen. That's one I haven't seen a lot. But that's one of the only ones I have seen. I don't like looking at that stuff.
And then Juan showed me some gross things.
Yeah, I don't, especially if it's done to animals. I don't like watching animals suffer because they're innocent. They're just sweet little babies. Like my little George here, who's trying to scratch me. Anyway. But yeah, that's Tucker and Dale versus Evil.
And a bunch of other random shit we talked about.
As we do, because we talk about whatever the fuck we want on this show, I guess.
Fuck yeah.
We just have like a central topic and then we dance around it for an hour.
Yep, and it's been almost a week, so shit's built up in our
And
brains.
you all listen to it for some fucking reason.
Because they love it.
Anyway, yeah,
Just
follow...
like ice cream in Invader Zim, you love it. You can't live without it. You need ice cream.
I remember that, yeah. I remember that. That's a good one. Anyway, yeah, follow us on Facebook. Follow us on YouTube.
Everything.
wherever you listen to your podcasts. Follow us there as well. Just give us a follow. Put us on in the background when you got nothing else to do.
Except watch a shadow follow you. I don't know.
Good one.
I was trying to rhyme something.
Good one.
It was a good one.
Good one. Anyway, yeah, follow us all over the place. We're just having a good old time doing this, and we appreciate all the people that listen to this dumb shit.
Yeah, we do.
So, next week we'll see you at Camp Crystal Lake yet again for Friday the 13th Part 3 in 3D.
3D.
Shame about that though is that the Shout Factory disc is a 3D Blu-ray, which means that if I had a 3D TV still, I could watch it on there. But I don't have a 3D TV anymore, so I can't. Which 3D TV technology is so like, I don't know, fucking
Bad.
I feel like it's not hard to put into a TV. I feel like it isn't.
It might be.
And for like the odd disc here and there, it's pretty neat. Like especially if the movie was filmed in 3D, that works. Like something like, Friday the 13th Part 3 or Dread, which is a good movie anyway, but you know what I mean. So, yeah. Next week is Friday the 13th Part 3.
Yay!
Jason's going to get that hockey mask, and he's going to start crumping, brother. It's gonna be awesome. He's going to hit the gritty and fucking cut somebody's head off.
You get to see that one dumb scene where he just lifts it up and has that goofy ass look on his face when he stares at that girl.
Listen, that's me around women, unironically. So just a goofy ass look on my face. Just yeah, how you doing? But yeah, so next week
Going camping?
you going camping? Yeah, that's 100% me around women. Anybody remotely attractive, I should stress. Anybody. That's how I get. I just turn into a bumbling mess. But that's besides the point, because now we're done.
Yep.
And next week is Friday the 13th. So look forward to that.
I'm going to go sleep now.
He really is, too. All right, bye-bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.